we have ourselves a mission. We were told to air launch this rocket and do it in front of or nearby the aircraft carriers so they can have a look at what science happens on the rocket. They get their data off of the rocket itself, so it's not a problem if it crashes. I'm not just saying that to cover my own self, but we need to go up at a nice high altitude, towing this thing, and we've got double the tow line, and the hard part's actually taking off. And then, after that, we are going to do a gentle splashdown in the water. So, let's begin. Alright, I'm just getting my office in the right place. I want that there. Bring you there. Okay. This is an autogyro, yes, because it's very underpowered. Propeller button, you spin up the propellers. It won't be enough power to take off when you fully engine button. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and if you want, you can pause the video where it is, because I've gone through this a bunch of times, and I feel like, oh yeah, I need to take this part away, and I can do that on my next upload, and I'm eventually going to release this to the public. And I'm still recovering from surgery. I've still got a few stitches in, but that's okay. Sorry, alright, forget that. Okay, we've got our normal all-rounder. Nothing has really changed, except we now have what's in front of you. We are actually going to be releasing that line because I want to see this and I don't want to have a tow line in the way. So we're actually going to release that to the ocean. We have better stabilization. The coaxial propellers will now provide yaw power, YAW, at slow speeds, providing the motor is turned on. The jet engine here inside there is becoming extremely redundant, but I'm keeping it there because it looks good and we might need it in the future to improve this helicopter. Obviously a very empty helicopter, nobody cares, come on. And we have an upside down rocket. I'm trying to get a decent view of it. Alright, all these little hard points that you can see, these little balls, are going to slide across the ground. We have a set of parachutes right here, which are going to be the parachute, and the landing parachutes come out right there. And normally it will land over at the water. These normally will touch down on the ground under those second parachutes we saw. But what we're going to do is we are going to go up as high as we can. We're going to release it. We're going to let it stabilize under its parachute. Then we're going to light these jet engines up while we release the parachute, and then hopefully we get to see a rocket launch or a rocket failure. This thing has never flown free flight. So let's do some science. Okay, first of all, we've now got some new buttons. Rocket jet, we got parachute tube, lights power, hook drop. I really need to remember all this because I got to do things in quick succession. So we're going to go engines, propellers, and let's hope this takes off because I don't like restarting videos. We will know. Doesn't feel like we've got it. It doesn't. But we're getting there. That was so lucky. Why am I doing it again? Alright. Turns out we got a robust rocket. It's good with connecting to the ground, and I totally didn't make it that way during testing. We're going to be professional and pull our wheels up. Now I'm going to literally sit back and I'm going to do some housekeeping. We are going to get the time there. Give us a little bit more sunlight. And we're going to go up as high as we can near the ship. I would like to get to, I don't know. I probably could get this to 30,000 feet, but also our fuel's our fuel is not a problem, but a concern. Fuel gauge right there. Trying to get better at my production value because I was not happy with my previous finish. That engine is going. I wonder. That'll save on fuel. Just watching our vertical speed. We're about 10,000. I'm going to trim this so it's nice and steady. We're going obviously we're going 30 degrees. Here's our rocket. How are we flying? That's flying okay. It's not really using its wings, this is tagging along. But I'm going to slow all the way down. Okay, let's coordinate with these ships. Let's see which way they're facing. I think they're facing completely north. So what I'm going to do, since I'm on towards the right, I'm going to give them a gift, and I'm going to give them a couple of degrees. We keep our vertical speed going. We're at 13,000 feet. This is a pressurized craft in my mind. So anyway, I'm going to tell a story. Today I was riding my motorbike to a place that sells, I don't mind calling it. It was an office supply building, and there was a really beautiful Frozen, like Disney's Frozen bag there for my daughter, and I love it. I love it for a little girl. Anyway, so I go and get that, and I can't find any room on my motorbike, so I just wear it. Now my motorbike, it looks like it belongs. It's not a motorbike that you should go up to the. It just looks like a definition of crazy. So anyway, I was riding along, and then it was literally like it was literally like no. So. And I had half of the power, and while I was like I quickly reached for the reserve fuel, nothing happened, and it was like an emergency in here. I had to find a place to pull over. Now, it had so happened that I was on a bridge while it was happening. I was going at highway speeds, about 100 kilometers per hour, 60 miles per hour in freedom units. So I found the tiniest little space. It was like 4 car parks long. I parked there. I stopped it there. Noticed I'd run out of fuel. My daughter fiddles with the knobs on my bike. It does not have a fuel. It does not have a fuel gauge. It doesn't have one of these. And I wish I could take this off and put it on my bike. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, and next thing I know, a Kawasaki Ninja bike comes along. So, we're past 20,000 feet. So I talked to the man. We'll ignore that. So I talked. Give that a second. So anyway, I talked to the man, and he offers me a lift. Now, I've never been on a Kawasaki Ninja. I quickly go and give him a lift. What am I saying? He offers me a lift. Anyway, the size of the back seat on a Kawasaki Ninja bike was the size. Let's just put it this way: you couldn't, if you had a dinner plate, you couldn't even balance it on it. You'd smash it. It was that small. So anyway, I'm still wearing this Frozen bag, Disney Frozen, you know, the Let It Go Frozen. I'm gonna do a turn, and we're gonna go south now. Anyway, so I'm wearing that. And I get onto the back of a Kawasaki Ninja bike, and I do the ride of shame. Seriously, everyone was looking at me. Only about a few minutes home, and I get there, and just imagine, nobody knows what I look like here, but a grown man gets off his bike with his scary looking motorbike, wearing a Frozen bag, and then gets onto a Kawasaki Ninja bike and takes a ride. It was a little bit shameful. Not shameful, I shouldn't say that. It was embarrassing. Shameful is the wrong word. Alright. That was just a story time while we went up to altitude. By the way, I'm still recovering from surgery, so I shouldn't have been doing any of this. I shouldn't have been. Anyway, when we get to 30,000 feet, I will drop. Now, I'm not. This is toe line release. This is hook and drop. So what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to have to. I'm not aiming for the ship, but because I'm going to throw out those parachutes, we're going to get bit before the ship. But now I'm trying to position myself in place up at 30. We're up 30,000 feet. So the situation here is stunning, but weird. All right, quickly jump us up to 30,000 feet. Turn on the propellers. I'm going to turn off the engine. We are now at 30,000 feet. I don't know where the aircraft carriers are. We can now use our VTOL. I also need it to be trimmed. Okay. This is what I wanted. I wanted it to be directly underneath us. Okay. I'm gonna release. And now I am going to P1. Okay. I'm gonna put you down there. Oh, okay, we did this right in front of you. Alright. We've got a lot of wiggle room to spin out of the sky. Okay, that's that. We need to get rid of our tow line. That's going to go, but that's under its own parachute. I'm really praying that I didn't accidentally... everything goes so quiet. Alright, now let's... I'm gonna have to invert that. That's okay. I'm not interested in making a big deal about a small problem. Okay, we have our rocket. keep our trim back. I'm going to keep this gliding. Okay, I don't know how high it is, but to me that looks stable. I don't know what that parachute's doing, so this is not. Okay, in a very quick succession, I really wish I could slow down this video. In a real quick succession, we can put our propellers at full. In real quick succession, I'm going to start the rocket and start the rocket and drop the parachute. Oh no. Yeah, go through the parachute. Alright, here's our test. Try to find it. Alright, we had to eject that. So now, that was a small test. Obvious fail, but try to find where the rocket went. And that, watch this for a bit. From here, obviously, they probably accidentally put solid fuel in there, so that thing cannot be stopped. Trying to find it. We got so much wiggle room to fall out of the sky here. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. What are we down at? Like, it's over. Nearly clearance. In relation to the aircraft carriers. Just for it, I might be able to quickly get up. Well, not. There it is. There's something. I think I found it. Right at the last minute. Our field dictates where we're going to land. I'm just going to do a little bit of drone flying because we're a drone. Yes, definitely it. It is struggling. Just get it. You'll go. Dive down. It's gone. Alright. Well, we have a helicopter. We have this all to ourselves. Now this is a test flight, so things are going to go wrong. But judging by that, considering we're out in the middle of nowhere, oh my heaven. Alright. We might possibly go run out of fuel getting there. But we're going to land on the... We're gonna land on our car. These turboprops are awesome. If you want to go somewhere, you just point and go. Okay. Whiskey Romeo to Carrier 1 on turning into base for land. Remove our speed. We are currently in Autogiro. I know I'm coming in way too steep. You know your landing is terrifying for the ones below when you don't see people about. But it is okay. Our hook is down, our gear as well. Compared to what I had to do today, this is easy. Yeah, all done. That was obviously the world's best landing on an aircraft carrier, not scary for anybody. My heart's not pounding. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making that video thoroughly, and even though I had a weird experience and I'm probably a bad storyteller, it was a fun day. Alright, like, subscribe, please join our Discord. We need more people there, and I need more ideas. Comment, tell me what you want to see. Make a bad comment, I don't mind. I want to see what you've got to say. Have a good day, everyone.